ये भी जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविण उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे भारत माता की जय भारत माता की जय भारत माता की जय
CDRI परिवार की सारे सदस्यों, आप लोगों को मैं माइक ये काम नहीं कर रहे हैं। आप सबको मैं 73 प्रजातंत्र दिवस को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। I wish all of you, my dear family members of CSIR-CDRI, I wish a very happy and celebrating 73 years of our Republic Day. Celebration of these days are very important for every nation. And this is the day which time and again remind us the freedom, the opportunity, the responsibility we have in our life and society. हमें तब तक ये मालूम नहीं होता है जब तक ये फ्रीडम है. हमें तब तक ये मालूम नहीं होता है जब तक हमारे पास ये पावर है, ये ताकत है. जब ये चल जाता है तब हमें मालूम हो जाता है ये क्या चला गया. दिस इज ऑलमोस्ट लाइक योर मदर. क्योंकि बचपन से हम लोग ये हमारे आदत पड़ गया, माँ है तो सब कुछ है. It is like for people like us, those who have born after 1950s, we do not realize what democracy is. Because since birth, and most of us here, and especially my beloved students, you all know that you have born in a free country, the best country in the world, which has tremendous potential and tremendous inertia. What I mean by the inertia? I mean by the inertia is, I don't know how many of you have read Argumentative India, the book by Amartya Sen. So you will see that India argues from the very beginning. From the time of Lord Buddha, from the time of the greatest emperor of the world, King Ashoka, and from the time of 1947 and from the time of 1950. India argues. India has learned, India has earned the ability, capabilities of argument. And this argument is only possible when all of us enjoy the freedom. Enjoy the freedom in every sphere of life. Enjoy the democracy in every sphere of life. We here, the educated people, the best section, the privileged section of our country, we must understand the freedom, the democracy, the value of it. But in addition to that, it is essential for us that we also honor it and we also percolate this to the next generation. And we also percolate this, those who do not understand. Now, why I'm saying all this, don't you know? I'm sure 90% of the people in front of me, we all know this. But it is necessary that we also sometimes remind us, like I just said, mother. Now, since born, we see mom around. We know if we cry, we'll get the food. We know we are in trouble, we can go and cry to her. We'll get the consolation. We know that anything happens in my life, my pH changes, the buffer is mother. Same thing, mother in the form of motherland. The best concept what India has given, you will go and see, nobody will say my motherland. People will say my country. But India taught that your homeland, your motherland, your mother. But mother, we cannot take her granted all the time. We cannot take her granted all the time. We need to take care of that. You see, CDRI, we scientists, what we do? We see the big sky through a small window. And that window is our research project. In each of our small research project, we try to see how the chemical sciences functions, how the biological sciences functions, how the pharmaceutical science functions. Like this, through CDRI, we see how the country functions. We work for the nation, we work for the international humanity. As I have said several times in my several addresses, that CDRI is a very different institute. It is not a corporate, it is not a company, it is not an academic institute, it is not an university. CDRI is an amalgamation of the university, the institute, and an industry, a company, which has a noble responsibility for mankind. And it has been proven time and again. Ups and downs are always there in an institute. But as I have realized in these few years, my example goes back to again India. चाहे कुछ भी कर लो, हिंदुस्तान की कुछ तुम बिगाड़ नहीं सकोगे. Now to 200 years, British has been able to do this. Before that, ना तो कोई मुगल कोई कर पाए. जो हिंदुस्तान में आया वो हिंदुस्तानी बन गया. Why is it? Why I am saying so with so much confidence? The confidence is that the gravity, the base of India, Indian civilization. Other day I was searching in Google the oldest civilization of the world. Have you searched any time? In Google you search the oldest civilization of the world. And what it comes, they show Mesopotamia. And then you go by sequence. Google also played a lot of things. I think some of us has to play around with the Google and we have to modify the Google. And I'm very happy to say the Google head got Padma Bhushan today. And so we have to report that lot of information to be corrected. Some are historical, some are prehistorical. Some are documented, some are not documented. If you see the civilization of the cave human being, the oldest civilization comes from near Bhopal. Several things are not written. The civilization which arose from the Indian forest and the monks, when the whole world was looking for food, was half naked, Indian monks were looking to the stars. The most recent information regarding the astrophysics is they are showing that we are sending NASA is sending a satellite which will be carrying the telescope, and it will be able to give us the visualization of the extra world. Extra world means the extra solar world. Long back, through the mathematical calculations, just by looking to the sky, just by looking into the tides and the eclipse, there are several predictions were done. I'm not saying those all are absolutely correct. I'm just saying the gravity of thoughts, the gravity of understanding. This is India. Why I bring this comparison with India and CDRI? We do not understand this institute. And this is one of the time we need to understand the gravity, the contribution, the ability, and the potential of this institute. It has tremendous, and it has developed. It has developed before the institute was inaugurated in 1950s, early 50s. And there is a vision, there was a mission of this institute. And the best part of this, the time to time change of the institute. Change with what? Change with the requirement. I told, our institute is not a company. Our institute is not an academic institute. We need to care about science. At the same time, we need to care about the need of humanity, need of the country. Last RC meeting, there was there was a talk by Dr. Anand Kulkarni. And you have seen, those who of my colleagues who are there, you have seen the evolution of this institute along with the demand of the nation and international demand. So this 73rd Prajatantra Divas, Republic Day of India, it reminds us that our age and the Republic Indian age is same. The responsibility of India for our nation, our large population, as well as for the world population is very, very important. And that is why it is necessary for all of us to give our best in any form, at any time we are in this institute. And to this direction, CDRI has performed excellent in this tremendous pandemic situation. CDRI was not closed even a day. CDRI has given the best effort to stand behind the country in all three directions to fight this pandemic. And this pandemic, what you see here is not what you see, just what you realize. It has a tremendous effect. Like those who have got the COVID infection, you know that how long it runs within you. And how much it takes from your walking ability to your breathing ability. Similarly, this pandemic, what you are observing is not the one which is below the eyes. Why is that? Because you see there is a horrible effect in economy. If you see yesterday's the International Monetary Fund's statement, if you see couple of days ago the Indian Economic Survey, in these 2 years, poor people have become more poor and the wealthy people has become more wealthy. And so many people have lost their job. In CDRI, what we have done, we have tried our best not to cut salary, even for the contractual people, even for the daily wages. We have tried our best to support. We have tried our best to take out our reserve fund, to support the research, to support the salary of everyone. But situation is very, very alarming, and we need to be prepared for it. Even though CDRI has contributed in the anti-COVID drug, in the diagnostics, even in the patient sample screening, in all three directions, with our best ability, we have tried to help the nation, to help the humanity. Nevertheless, we have many more things to do, many more upcoming things to do. We need to prepare ourselves. We need to prepare ourselves the coming pandemic. Because some of the pandemic is there in the country which we do not realize. And this is in the form of cancer. This is in the form of neurodegenerative disorders, which India doesn't even consider as disease. That is the horrible thing. अरे वो तो पागल हो गया. अरे उनको तो दिमाग खराब हो गया. अरे ये हमारा बच्ची है, ये तो सुनता ही नहीं मेरा. ये घर में अकेला बैठ रहते हैं. ये किसी के साथ बात नहीं करते हैं. My dear friends, these are all disease. These are all disease. Somebody को diabetes हुआ है, अरे उनको तो वो बीमारी है ना, वो शुगर का बीमारी है. और देखो ना, वो दिन वो बात नहीं करते हैं हमारे साथ. Already that person has got the neural effect. So it is the time we have to understand the disease of the society and we have to act accordingly. See, this is what the dream we have to push to in our students, in our younger researchers. And this is the thing, we have to work on the younger faculties. And whom do I mean young? I mean young is not by age. I mean young by mind. And that's a time. We need a change. We are scientists. A virologist can work in neurobiology. There is no problem. What you need to do, you need to understand the need of it. We need to be like Louis Pasteur. Yesterday, when the CSIR was signing MOU with Pasteur Institute, I was delighted to see DG CSIR was there. There was the president of the Pasteur Institute. There was their science minister. And not only that, His Excellency, the government of France representative in the country, he was also there, the Consulate General of France. And it was more or less infectious disease centric. But it was an excellent thing to see that the involvement of Indian science along with the international science to fight against the existing pandemic and the upcoming pandemic. So it is very important that we all realize the need and we prepare ourselves. So you may think that in the cold, all of you are standing, I'm keep talking. No, I'm not keep talking. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to my colleagues, my family members. I'm reminding myself, I'm reminding all of you our effort. I'm reminding you all what we have to do, what we made for. And we need to realize our responsibility. We need to realize the need. And accordingly, we need to function. Again, मैं आप सबको बधाई देता हूँ हमारे ये प्रजातंत्र दिवस का. आप सबको हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ और आप सबको साथ हम खुद को भी याद दिलाता हूँ कि आने वाला दिन में ये इंस्टीट्यूट का कितने सारे काम करना है और कितने सारे ड्रीम हमारे हैं, वो सारे ड्रीम फुलफिल करना है. हम हमारे लिए, देश के लिए और पूरे इंसान, दुनिया के इंसान के लिए. अच्छा रहे, हेल्दी रहे, आप सब देश की सेवा में रहे, अपने खुद की सेवा में रहे. जय भारत, जय हिंद.